Hey guys, got another deck profile for you here today. It's Blue Eyes White Dragons. This deck I just absolutely love because it revolves around one of my favourite monsters in the whole game, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I mean, ever since the first Kaiba deck came out, it was just such a cool card. So then once they started bringing out a lot more support for it, I just fell in love with it all the more. So here goes my deck profile for you guys. Hope you like it. First of all, you'll run 3 Blue Eyes. That's a standard. Like, you can't not run 3 Blue Eyes, you'll need them. You guys know that as well as I do. Next up, triple Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Another standard card for this deck. Level 1 tuner, so works for bringing out your synchro monsters, obviously. Works out for bringing out your Azure Eyes with Blue Eyes. Her effect, once per turn, she's targeted for an attack, you can change her position and bring out Blue Eyes. The other effect is, if she's targeted by a card, then you get to bring out a Blue Eyes. The effect still goes through, but you'll bring out Blue Eyes. I think the only thing stopping this from going semi-limited or limited is that you can only do one effect once per turn. If it were both effects, then it might go semi-limited, or if it, might go limited. But this thing at 3, it's amazing. So yeah, run 3 Maidens. Next up, I run 3 White Stone of Legends. Works for getting the Blue Eyes to your hand, also works with cards of consonants for draw power. It's another level 1 tuner, so that's what you need, it's another standard. And last of the tuners, I run 2 Rider of the Stormwind. Just helpful if you've got a Blue Eye sitting on the field with nothing else going on. You can make it a Piercer, or again you could bring out your Azure Eyes, you could bring out anything. It's just another tuner. Again, works with cards of consonants as well. Okay, next up I run 3 Shining Angels. 3 Shining Angels are just, they work so well, and it's because this is pretty much how I see them, is whenever you get a Shining Angel out, you're pretty much always going to get out your Maiden, unless someone can cause you hassle. But yeah, Shining Angel, get your Maiden to the field so you can bring out your Blue Eyes. It's all about Maiden and Blue Eyes, this deck. Next up, I run 1 Bright Star. I'd kind of like to move this up to 2, but I only run 1 at the minute. Works for targeting your Maiden, lets you get out your level 7 synchros and your level 11 synchro, I believe it is in the set. Anyway, lets you get out higher level synchros and target your Maiden as well, so you can target Maiden and bumper level, and then that lets you bring out Blue Eyes as well, so it's a twofer. Okay, next up I run 1 Honest. Same with the Cybers. I know this has gone up to 2, I've been meaning to move up to 2 for this deck. I'll need to work into that soon, but at the minute, I mean, it does run okay at 1, it does run well. Even though you're running predominantly light monsters, Honest he's alright staying at 1, but if you get a chance, move him up to 2 as well, along with Bright Star. Next up, I run 1 Darkstorm. 1 Darkstorm Dragon. Works with trade-in because he's still a normal monster in your hand, and if you get that second summon out with him, he works as a heavy storm, which is very, very helpful. So yeah, works with trade-in, works with your tuners as well to bring out Azure Eyes. Good card, but I wouldn't run any more than 1 really. And last of the monsters, Red Eye Starting Metal Dragon. You're running pretty much all dragons bar your maidens, your angels, and your honest. running a lot of dragons anyway, so you know, I'd advise running Darkness Metal Dragon. Cool, that's it for the monsters. Let's move on to the spells. So, I run 3 Silver's Cry. Your Monster Reborn for this deck. Absolutely brilliant. Works in a pinch. If you've not brought Azure Eyes out and a Blue Eyes is sitting in the graveyard, Silver's Cry, get your Blue Eyes back. If you have brought Azure Eyes out, then you won't need to worry about Silver's Cry, but it does work. Like, if you've got nothing sitting on the field and your opponent goes to attack, you know the drill. Next up, I run triple trade-in. Works with your Blue Eyes, works with Darkstorm. Just adds a bit of draw power to the deck, and Blue Eyes can work from your graveyard with Maiden and Silver's Cry and Azure Eyes. So trade-in, you don't need to worry about sending your Blue Eyes to the graveyard, it just gives you more cards, works smooth. Next, I only run 2 cards of Consonance. Feel free to bump it up to 3. I only run the 2 because I feel I've only got 8 tuners in this deck, and I don't want to find myself, you know, if I end up burning through them to bring out Azure Eyes or any of the other synchros, I don't want to find myself, you know, without a tuner, because I only run the 1 card to bring a tuner back. Yeah, I don't want to mow through them all, but at the same time it does work, particularly with the Whitestone of Legend, as you know, as it shows on the card. Get rid of the glare there. Yeah, Whitestone of Legend there on the card. So yeah, 2 cards of Consonance. I run 3 full force strike. This is one of the best cards you can use to target your Maiden, because target your Maiden so you'll get your Blue Eyes out, but it also makes your Maiden invincible. It can basically just, with full force strike, a monster can destroy any other monster, no damage is done. So, you know, perfect card to use, considering she's got 0 attack and defense, you know. It means you can use her to attack if you want, but also means you do get your Blue Eyes out as well. Okay, next up, triple MSD, standard, and 1 Dark Hole, in case you need to blow things up. Okey-doke. Now on to the traps. The traps are mostly just staples, things you'll find in most decks, because there's not much in terms of support per se for these decks. It's just that they need backed up by good strong traps. So run 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Mirror Force, Black Horn of Heaven, 1 Torrential, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, 1 Call, 1 Champion's Vigilance, and 1 Solemn. The Champion's Vigilance because you're running, you know, you're running Blue Eyes. You're running high level normal monsters, so your Champion's Vigilance just works at protecting them. I did have that at 2 before. I don't know what I replaced it with, or if I just took it out. But yeah, Champion's Vigilance just works incredibly well. I've found it's helped me out in a couple tight spots. Okay, that's it for the main deck. I'm going to move on to the extra deck. Now, if you've seen my other video, the Cyber Dragon deck profile, you'll know that my extra decks are limited, and this one's no different. There is only 7 in it, and it's just synchros. But again, I'll do the same as I did with that video, and I'll put cards in the description of what else I'd like to run, and you know, obviously make your own adjustments to it if you'd like, but those are just the things I'd advise. Okay, so first off we run triple Azure Eyes, because it's the main runner of this deck. It works perfectly with your Maiden, your Whitestone of Legend, your Rider of the Stormwinds, and Blue Eyes or Dark Storm if you want to do that. And it works at recycling the normal monsters you send to the graveyard to bring out. That's perfect. And it protects all your dragons. So the ideal would be, you wouldn't particularly, so you'd have your Maiden out, get her targeted by something to bring out the Blue Eyes, and say you've got that on the field or something, you know, you would want to send your Whitestone of Legend with Blue Eyes to bring out your Azure Eyes. You want to keep Maiden because she can be used again to bring out more Blue Eyes. So you'd send them, bring out your Azure Eyes, and then next turn you get to bring out Blue Eyes. You know, they're no longer protected, but say you've not got another tuner monster, or say you bring out your Rider of the Stormwinds, send them to the graveyard and bring that out, and then they're both protected. And say you want to Spring of Silver's Cry or something, then bring both them out and they're all protected, and blah blah blah. Brilliant card. Absolutely love the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon there. And moving on, we have one ally of Justice Cataster, because he just wrecks everything. Black Rose in case you need to blow up the field. Ancient Fairy just for some power and things, and one Star Eater just because he's a big tough monster that likes to destroy stuff. So yeah, that's it so far. The other cards I'd advise putting in the extra deck would be the likes of Thunder End Dragon and Hieratic Sun Overlord of Heliopolis. I can't remember his full name or his proper name. Yeah, definitely advise those. Any other strong level 8s you can think of that you might want to bring out. I think there's another couple synchros, but I can't quite remember. Another run that I could advise, partially the same as this, but it's a little bit different, is going down the Blue Eyes Ultimate route. Perhaps throwing in a couple polymerizations or Dragon's Mirror. Probably Dragon's Mirror because then you can work from the graveyard as well. Throwing a couple of them, bringing your Blue Eyes, say possibly if you're feeling risky, throw a Blue Eyes Shining into the main deck, and then, you know, you've got yourself that. So yeah, that's my deck profile for the Blue Eyes Dragon deck. Hope you guys like it. See you next time.